Hi everyone, and welcome to Student Spotlight, brought to you by the School of Entertainment and Design Technology. I'm Jay Sandhouse, Cinthya Caballero, and the purpose of Student Spotlight is for students like Cinthya to showcase their talents that they've learned in the, my announcing class actually. So this is a show that we always do at the end of every year, and we call it our recap show, where I like to bring students on like Cinthya, and we talk about how the semester went, what she learned, what a great professor I am, you know, et cetera, and what a great professor I am.
Totally.
Okay, well.
I couldn't say anything but how great you've been. I remember the very first assignment we ever had was the voiceovers, and how nervous I was. You remember that? I was shaking.
And that's the reason why I had you on the show, because in the course of this show we're going to have two other students on, and you are without a doubt one of the most nervous students. Now the funny thing is though, is you'll get in front of the camera and you'll do your thing, and unless you saw you shaking, you would never know. But I see your arms going like this, and you're shaking like out of control. Why are you so nervous?
I have no idea. And I can't say that it's because I was not prepared, because I did practice a lot. But I think it's just the whole, experience. It was new to me. And I guess that's why I was nervous, or I got so nervous at the beginning. But I do remember reading that paper, and the paper would be shaking. Totally, completely.
Well, what's funny is when you went into the sound booth and we were recording your voice, you could hear the paper shaking, and I could see you shaking away. There are reasons a lot of times why people get nervous being on the air, and sometimes they dislike their appearance or their fear of failure, split attention, but you're prepared. When you did what we call the green screen, which we've been talking about a lot on these shows, which is where you stand in front of a green screen and then we superimpose something in the background, you wrote your own copy. You didn't use the copy I gave you, so I know that you prepared, but yet you were kind of almost like psyching yourself out. And you were good. You were a little probably more serious than you should have been. But it's like you weren't really getting better in that regard. You were getting better as a talent, but you were still shaken away.
I couldn't help that. And did that ever happen to you when you very first started? You know what?
I've never been nervous. My parents tell me that when I was really young, we used to go to like a summer vacation spot, and I would get up on stage and I would entertain the people and stuff. But you know what? Speaking in front of people, I've never been nervous doing that. And that's just something sometimes that it's in you, or in your case, you have to learn not to be nervous. And it's just because it just was never a big deal. And that's what you have to do. You have to tell yourself it's just not a big deal to do it. So are you nervous now? You don't seem like you're shaking.
No.
The table's not jumping.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better, a lot better. I mean, that first assignment, the voiceovers, I didn't even have a camera in front of me, and still I was nervous. So it's definitely gotten better, and I'm not that nervous now.
Now, when you did your show, Catherine was your partner, Catherine Joseph, very good partner. So you guys had good chemistry.
Yes, we did a lot of talking over the phone, just because of long distance. She lives way far than I live. And so after class, we would meet up and we would talk. And I think that did help a lot for the interview, because we did have communication, and that helped.
Now, having done that, now you're up here, this is your second show. Does that make a big difference for you?
Yes. I watched that show again and again, and I was able to pick up on all of my flaws, which I'm not going to say, but
they'll see the show and they'll check them out for themselves.
Well, I did learn a lot from that, and I got the chance to see where I made mistakes, and hopefully I'm not doing the same mistakes I made.
Now, is on-air talent something that you're hoping to pursue, or is it just, again, anyone that takes a class like this, sometimes it's more just to learn how to speak in front of people. Where do you fit in, in the scheme of it?
I see myself doing a newscast, the anchor of a newscast, and also reporting, which I like. Now, I know I've seen you reporting before. How was that like for you?
It's being in front of the camera and doing a stand-up, or what we call the green screen, it's so different than sitting in here and doing an interview. interviewing, as you know, you've taken the class, I consider to be the most difficult skill to master. And that happens to be my specialty. But doing the reporting is something where I would consider that to be my weakness, you know.
How? Why?
It's just not, I don't know, because it's just, I don't know, you know, I look at myself, especially when I stand in front of a camera, and I don't particularly like my body language. As far as what I'm saying and how I'm coming across, I don't have a problem with that. But my body language is something that I'm not really comfortable with. Sitting here, speaking to you, it's no big deal. It's like standing in front of a class. But, you know, that particular aspect, doing the entertainment reporting, is not something that I probably would want to do. I've done the sports, I've done the hosting, and I've done the stand-up reporting, but, you know, that's the first step to get here. But now, of course, to be able to sit here and do this for a living, you do need a bachelor's degree. And I know that that's something you want to pursue because you asked me for a letter of reference earlier. Any place in mind that you're thinking of going?
I wanted to go to UM.
Okay.
That's my first choice. Other than that, I haven't thought of any other school.
Is that because you want to stay locally?
That too.
Okay.
I want to stay home with my parents, and I really like the school.
Okay.
I do like the school as well. I know you're working on your master's.
Right.
Tell me about that.
I'm doing it distance learning from Florida Gulf Coast University, and it's doing it through the internet. It's interesting. It's different because it's kind of like, here's the assignments. You know, you don't really have that teacher interaction, and you have to do it, you know, on the web, turn in assignments, and every teacher's a little bit different. I've had one instructor for a few classes that says, here are all your assignments, just, I don't care when you turn them in, just have them in by the end of the semester. I haven't been to school in a while, and time management is really, you know, the big issue, you know, to know. My second semester, it was when I just sat down and I just tried to rip through everything. One thing about me, and maybe it's helped me in my producing career as well as school, is I don't procrastinate on any level. And I don't like deadlines hanging over my head. I mean, that's the biggest lesson I could give anyone, whether they're studying or working. So I know what all 16 assignments have to be for my class, and I just want to be done with them. I'm done. This way, if I have to redo anything or anything comes up, there's no surprises. You get them done.
Speaking of advices, and you know that I'm doing the television stuff, what advice can you give me after seeing my work throughout the semester? What advice can you give me in particular to become better or to gain strength at what I'm doing?
You're a little bit too serious, and you need to learn to smile. One thing I talk about in the announcing class is that smiling is not sometimes a natural thing, you know. So it's easy to sit someone and look at someone and be serious, and you have to smile more, as I'm about to smile more now and say, we've run out of time, and we're going to go to a break, and I'm going to allow you the honors of going to the break, and I wish you continued success in your career and academics, and I know you'll do well, and just stop shaking, and you can do the honors here.
Thank you so much, Jay. It's been my honor to take classes with you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, but we'll be right
Right back?
back with
After
more.
Okay.